Spit to the beat. Podcast. It's all about inside the music industry.
Nobody do it better. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia, but a native Memphis, born and raised right here in the studio with me. Look, it's 2024. It's time to get it. I know you all had these New Year's resolutions or whatever, but look, hey, what better way to get it started to do the right thing? So I would love for you to be a sponsor of my show, a Spit to the Beat podcast. I will have information later on in this show. But joining me today live in the studio is Miss TooT Williams.
Woo. Hey, y'all.
How you doing? How you doing?
Amazing. How are
Good.
you?
Great, great. Look, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So we're rolling right now. Hey, if you have any comments, you definitely comment in the comment section. I will get it on the screen as well. So
That's
don't
so cool.
hesitate to leave a comment for the guest. And if it's a desirable answer, a question to be answered, we will do that.
No facts.
So let's start with your career. I've been knowing you all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as career, let's start with your dancing. You've been dancing pretty much all your life.
Forever.
Let's go with professionally.
Okay.
When did you start professionally dancing?
Professionally, I started towards the end of college. So I would say about 2014. I booked something with Chris Blue. I don't know if we remember him. It was a show he won. But I don't know, at the time, this is before he won. So he was doing like concerts and small things in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
And I booked that. And then when I moved home, that's when Auntie Sean, shout out to Auntie, she booked me to choreograph for a burlesque show. And so after that, it's like once I opened up myself to, okay, I'm going to do this professionally. Mm-hmm. It's just a gig here, a gig there. Auntie was like, well, as soon as you start getting paid for it, you're considered professional. And I was like, for real? Okay, bet.
Was that first professional tour was the one in Atlanta that we attended when you was on Keith Sweat? Was that the
with
first
Teddy
one?
Riley? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was claiming you already did at the hotel. You remember?
No facts. Yeah, but that was like my first like big artists, big arenas, type of shows.
How was dealing with being on tour? First time ever dancing behind major artists?
I don't know. I don't think that one was really considered a tour. So it was like more so spot dates.
Okay.
So that just means that we have a show here and then we have a show here like sporadically. But honestly, to work with them was really dope. But I feel like I was made for it. So it was not something that was I'm trying to word this. It wasn't something that I couldn't believe, and at the same time, it was like, all right, bet, like this is a stepping stone to get to more and to get to where I really want to be. Okay. So I was excited.
You've been dancing so long.
Yeah.
Dance. Do you feel that dance has opened up a door, the opportunity, or we'll say the key to impacting other people's lives?
Of course.
Okay, let's talk.
Thankfully, gratefully.
Yeah.
Gracefully. I think dance has, but also me having my own relationship with Christ was the main gateway for me to impact other people. But because I've always felt like everybody in Memphis don't get access to this. So let me go back. Every time I learn something, let me go back home and teach it. Let me, you know what I'm saying? And then along the way with me building my relationship with God, it was just like, okay, now we can create a mentorship program. Now we can, you know what I'm saying? Like tell more dancers about who God is and help them build their relationship. And now like they're working hand in hand. So I I think dance is my way of bringing people in the room to impact them, but mainly my relationship with Christ just is the glue to all of it, you know.
Okay.
But if I couldn't dance, I'm pretty sure God would allow me to do something else that impacts them. Not like write a book.
And we're gonna dive into that. But I want to ask you a few more questions
Yeah.
about the dancing career.
Yeah.
You said that it have impact not only yourself, but also in people that's around you,
Mm-hmm.
and you sold into their life through dance, however that may be.
Mm-hmm.
Has now taking dance to another level. So the last 5 months in 2023, you talked about making room.
Oh yeah.
And coming up, making room. So God had revealed that to you. What is that all about?
Man, honestly, that was from so after I finished doing this show tour with my program, I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud of the accomplishments and what we did. But I felt so drained, and I felt so like, okay, God, well, what now? Like, I thought this is gonna open door for this, and this is gonna happen, and it seemed like I was back at zero. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to walk away from this. I don't care what happens with dance. I'm gonna go get a job. I'm fixing up my corporate resume that I ain't used in years, because I just was like, this. I feel like it's not really paying off, and I feel like the minute I say, all right, God, you take it from here, like I'm gonna do less, he showed up and showed out, and I feel like he was like, yes, my turn, like there's space for me, instead of me like on the hustle and bustle, like, oh, let me go to this class, let me be seen here, let me go network with this person. It was just like, I'm not doing none of that. If you want me to go, you gonna have to tell me to go. And at that point, man, things start rolling. So make room. Just really don't try to pave your own way. Don't try to fill in your path with, oh, it's a resting period, so now I'm trying to be busy. No, being busy and productive are two different things.
Right.
So making a choice that I don't want to do this out of my own will. Like, God, if you send me, I'll do it. But if you ain't sent me, I'm not putting myself in that room.
How has the when those professional calls came in to go on tour to background dancing and also choreograph portion of the show, right?
Mm-hmm. I have.
So how has that how was that when that first happened?
What's crazy is a lot of those conversations are happening in spurts.
Okay.
So I have been training myself to like, until we get the paperwork, don't get your hopes up, because sometimes shows cancel, the artists and stuff decide to go a different way. So we had already been in conversation. Keith Andre is one of my mentors, and he's also the choreographer for 112. So we had been in conversation. I had been submitted my resume, my headshot. So at this point, I'm thinking it's not going to happen. I'm thinking like I slick forgot about it. Like, don't bank on it. And I was at Planet Fitness. I remember I was working out, and he was like, all right, they want to bring you on. And like the manager called me, shout out to Abraham. And it was very seamless. And I was like, oh, this is really happening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's up. Like, it's up. But even still, it's like, so when I got on with Teddy Riley, it's almost like PTSD. When I got on with Teddy Riley, 3 months after getting on with him, that's when the pandemic hit. That's when COVID hit. So all the shows were canceled. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm fresh in it. Like, y'all came to the show.
You're ready to go.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, we got this show. We got this cruise lined up. We going out the country. Baby, everything was like, So that has humbled me to a point of like, if it happens, it happens. And if it don't, then something else will fall into place. So I was excited, but I still be like, don't get too far ahead. You know what I'm saying? Just be in the now.
Yeah.
And so,
okay, cool. Look, hold tight. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about that book, okay? And get started and let people know that now you are an author.
Yeah, glory to God.
You're listening to Spit to the Beat podcast with your host, the one, the only Stacey B. Unstoppable Per Year.
Hey, this is Stacey, aka Beat Unstoppable Per Year with Spit to the Beat podcast. Would you like to be my guest if you're a singer, songwriter, musician, producer, or promoter? Give me a call at 901-341-6777 or email me at myguest@spittothebeat.com. Yeah, and we are back to Spit to the Beat podcast. I'm your host, Stacey, aka Be Unstoppable Per, and joining me live in the studio, my guest Chanel TooT Williams. Now I know y'all know her all over the city of Memphis, Atlanta, Nashville. She be traveling all the time. So we definitely we definitely want to embrace her, what she got going on in 2024. We're gonna talk about that. But now she's an author.
Hallelujah.
Wrote about talking about the book started off about the industry, but it evolved with thought, and we're gonna dive right into tell us a little bit about the book Built Different.
That's my baby. That's my baby. It started out being a guide for dancers and how to maneuver this industry, because right now with music and entertainment, it's been wild. It's been let's just keep it 100. It's been demonic. It's been very I feel like a lot of artists are unintentional about their message. And so with dancers, sometimes we're so like, I want to be booked, I want to be in a room, but it's like, we need to create a standard. We need to have like, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like if you book something, but down the line, your spirit is not at peace or you're disturbed. And so that, and then also with me being a mentor, I've noticed that a lot of people place their value in these booking gigs and being noticed in class. And it's like, really, my thought is that if you have a confidence that God made you, that you're already amazing, that you are equipped, you walk in the room different, like you don't let that room change who you are. You go in looking to change it, looking to be an inspiration in that room. So I felt like a lot of these people are looking for me to validate them. And it's like, you should know who, like, God made you. You are already good. You're already good. And I can help critique your skill set, but that should not make or break who you are as a person.
Okay, great. Let's go into a little deeper than your thought pattern about the book when it first developed in your mind. You were talking about the demonic spirit that's in the industry. At first, you was going to refer to the dance part, and then God changed that avenue. But let's just touch on that right quick. The dance part of your first thought. Did you see anything or witness anything that's demonic that shook you up?
Oh my gosh. Man, when it's a couple of instances, we have like Lil Nas with the blood in the shoes and stuff like that, like just the crazy messages. You got some stuff with Kanye, and there was a performance that Doja did, and like they just had blood like smeared all over them, and I just was like, we playing them games? Why y'all playing? Why is y'all playing with the Lord? Like it was just some stuff that's like, bro, we gotta learn to say no to some things. We gotta, no. Cause I just was like, watching it, I was like, Lord, protect their spirits. Like
you went into them like a moment of prayer.
Yeah, because I never want to be like judgmental or be like, I would never do that. It's just like, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes being a dancer, especially you don't know where your next meal come from. Sometimes, you don't know how you're going to pay your rent. Sometimes it's like, bruh, I'm going to just take this gig and like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But eventually and then also too, with us having like gun violence as an issue, and you got so many artists that's like murdered it, it's like, at some point I can't glorify I can't glorify the problem, but also I just think dancers need to have more of a standard, especially Christian dancers.
Great. And now going into the second, when God revealed to you to change that avenue, just don't base it off the dance industry, but make it, a level that it can reach everyone.
Yeah, it can reach everyone.
And so your purpose changed a little bit to I said to another level.
Yeah.
It didn't go low, it went a little higher.
Yeah.
So it evolved your mindset to think different about a whole totality versus just a small section.
Yeah.
So with that being said, so where's God taking you in 2024 with this? Earlier, like I said, you were talking about making room. So let's go there.
Honestly, I don't know. And that's the thing about making room, is that like I could plan for this and plan for that, but honestly, I'm not sure. Like when I again, when I finished that tour, I didn't know what the rest of the year was gonna look like for me. But God like blew my mind.
This is the tour you just came off
Yeah.
out of London.
Yeah,
It was
with
112.
112. Yeah. And we had shows building up to that. It was just a season of bookings. Like, and also when we didn't have shows, like November, we were supposed to have some, but they went and did some shows without the dancers. I was still able to like choreograph for the Grizz Girls and choreograph for some dance companies here back in Memphis, and also prep for another ballet show that I choreographed for. So I didn't know that all that stuff was gonna line up. I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? And so now I'm just open. I don't know what God gonna do. I'm hoping that I can keep living in my art, in what I love. But I don't I don't box God in at all. I don't want to say, oh, I want to focus on movies, or he may be taking me to another tour. Or if I say I want to do a tour, but now he's taking me to commercials and, like choreographing for different artists and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I'm open.
You also had a mentor program. You talked about it a minute ago. What was the name of it?
Star Power Mentorship Program.
And through that program, you mentor a lot of dancers and help them choreograph. I mean, help them learn their craft better and stuff like that. How long have you been doing that, and how has it been so impactful?
I started SP, which is Star Power, October of 2021. And we've done 5 seasons. Season 6 is coming soon.
Okay.
That I do know. He's already placed in my heart to do another season, but it'll be in Atlanta. And honestly, I think my greatest reward with Star Power is people who are like, my relationship with God is better. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know, like I've been in church and I've been a part of religion, but I didn't really understand true relationship. And so that's been great. And also like giving them free game about the industry. The industry, so they be gatekeeping. It's like, why y'all don't want to help nobody? Why y'all that's that mean spirit. And that too is a thing where it's like, oh, you're gonna have to figure it out on your own. Why?
It's cutthroat.
Yeah, it's cutthroat. And it's like real mean girlish attitudes and stuff. So I'm like, look, y'all, this was T. Don't walk in our audition looking like this. Do it, like don't be in rehearsal, sitting down when you know you ain't got the step. Little stuff like that where people just don't think about it. It's like, all right, now let me put you on so that once you get in the room, you can stay in the room.
Awesome. You gotta we're gonna come back, gonna take another little quick break. We're gonna come back, we're gonna talk about your YouTube channel called TooT Talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Hey, this is Stacy, aka Be Unstoppable Per You. Thank you for listening to our show, Spit to the Beat Podcast. If you would like to be a sponsor, visit our website at www.spittothebeat.com and click the support tab and leave a donation. We really would appreciate it. Thank you again for listening. Also, catch every episode Thursday morning at 8 a.m. And we are back to Spit to the Beat Podcast. I'm your host, Stacey, aka Be Unstoppable Per You. Thank you for joining us today live on Facebook. Stacey Be Unstoppable Per You and Stacey Spit to the Beat Per You. Definitely don't forget to go on my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in tune to all my live episodes. We are doing only live episode in 2024, so you'll be notified once you click the notification bell in YouTube. That's YouTube at Spit, the number 2, DABEAT. And joining me again in the studio is Miss Chanel TooT Williams. I would want to say dance too.
Yeah, everybody wants to say dance too, which is fine. I'm here for it.
Yeah, so we're just trying to keep it however the artist like.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Fine.
So let's talk about that. Your YouTube channel, I said it was called TooT Talk, but what else?
So technically it's Dance to Entertainment, and I do my TooT Talks through there, but I still post like my dance clips and stuff like that. So I don't want to just limit it to my TooT Talk. So it's like all my entertainment, everything.
Okay.
But yeah, my TooT Talks, my TooT Talks are something I feel like I do for myself because I be wanting to share my revelations and stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know.
Is this the revelations from just life, from
Yeah,
dance, being in the industry, or what?
it's from everything. It's from everything. I try to correlate my life with like my biblical studies and stuff because I'm like, oh y'all, like look at this, I just learned this and this is how it applies. Because I think a lot of times we read the Bible but don't know how does this apply to me. So I feel like when God shares with me revelations, I be needing to tell people. And also sometimes with dance too, it's like people want to know what's the life of a professional dancer, what
Yes.
happens before you hit the stage. So it's really, I think because I'm an open book, it's just my own way of providing that.
What would be the format for a professional dancer? Teach my audience. This is what my show about. Spit to the Beat podcast is all about. It's about the music industry and the entertainment industry itself. So, what would you say to young ladies, young guys, all that you teach about becoming a professional dancer? What's the steps in the process they would need to do?
You definitely want to know who you are. Like, I say that that's one of the first things to do is like know who you are and know who you are in Christ and where he wants you to go so that you can start to tailor, because the dance industry is broad. So you don't want to be all over the place all the time and readily available for everything. Don't open up yourself to everything.
Okay.
Have a goal in mind. If you want to be more commercial, or let's say you want to focus more on like Old Navy commercials, like the family fun, type of things. Like I want to be on TV with Freeform and things like that. There's no reason why you should be at a Megan Thee Stallion audition. It don't align. You know what I'm saying? So know who you are and then also train. Train. And that's not in just one specific style. The more versatile you are, the more booked you are. And be godly, be kind, be nice, be loving, because you never know, like relationships are currency. So sometimes it's not about your skill, but it's about who you know and how well you stewarded that relationship. So when you walk in a room, don't only look for the CEO, because it's the daughter of the CEO, maybe somewhere dressed in a hoodie that you just, you know what I'm saying,
You
didn't
just
even know.
bypass,
Yeah, you
right.
just bypass. And so it's like that person's important too. Everybody's important to the picture.
Yeah.
So
Great. And definitely what you just said helped teach my audience, those who want to go into the dance industry and face and understand that this dance industry, anything in the entertainment is a real world.
Facts.
People care and don't care about you, and you said that earlier. So taking that in consideration for your next level in 2024, where is God taking you?
I believe that
Versus the industry.
Yeah. I feel that I think my selection is going to be, I don't want to say picky, but kind of picky. Because I want to show people that you can follow Christ and still be successful. You can still be booked, you can still be whole. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm very open. I feel like with my program, I feel like with the things that I can control, I can control. With my program, I can control what type of music we dance to. I can control how we dress. I can control, you know what I'm saying, when we do shows, when we do performances. Anything that's outside of that program, I can either say yes or no to.
Cool. Let's talk. We talked about your book. How can people get your book? And has it been released or pre-sale? What's going on? Give us
My
the
book is
information.
on pre-sale right now on Amazon, but it will be available tomorrow. And a lot of people are like, I keep saying ebook, but they like, I'm gonna get a copy of it. And I'm like, you can't go buy a copy. You have to you can't go buy a copy in
It's a
Target or Barcelona.
download.
It's a download. And it's gonna say Kindle, but Kindle has an app. So you don't need the actual device anymore. You just need the app on your phone.
The Kindle app.
The Kindle app, yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to
Purchase the book.
Yeah.
And
it's a good read. It's not too much. I don't think it's too little. It's comfortable, but it's also the beginning of a series.
Okay. And we ain't gonna drop all the nuggets about the book, so we want people to go get the book
For
and
sure.
read it. Yeah, but
Mhm.
I'm sure that there is some surprises in that book
Yeah.
that people are gonna be like, oh my God.
It's real, it's raw, it's honest. It's me in every form. Like I try to keep the language how exactly I would say it.
Mhm.
And I also put in some examples. You have some reflection pages. Like it's a work of art, I believe.
Okay,
I might
great.
be a little biased because it's mine.
Hey, no wrong with that. Also, where people can reach you on the social media platforms?
Dance_toot. So dance_TOOT. And the best way to reach me is on Instagram. But if you want to, Facebook is Chanel TooT Williams, and everything else is dance_TOOT.
Well, there you have it. Chanel TooT, Dance TooT Williams in the Spit to the Beat podcast studio in the building, baby. We did this thing right.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Look, y'all want to be a guest on my show, give me a call, 901-341-6777. I want to talk to producers, promoters, singers, songwriters, artists, entertainers, actors, etc. All in the music and entertainment industry. You can be a guest on my show or shoot me an email at myguest@spittothebeat.com. Thank you again for joining us on the show, Tootie.
Thank you.
Had an awesome time. Awesome. Glad to
Thank
have you.
It's an honor.
Okay, cool. Now, stay tuned. Stay with me as I wrap up the show. Thank you for watching Spit to the Beat podcast with your host, Stacey, aka Be Unstoppable Puryear. Join us again next week.